This video will contain spoilers for the following Phase 4 projects from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we've all had time now to see and really take in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. With this film comes the conclusion of Phase 4 of the MCU. Along with the mixed critical receptions from critics, most people have been asking the question, what was Phase 4 of the MCU about? Well, Phases 1 through 3 had the label of the Infinity Saga, and built up to the arrival of Thanos. Phase 4 has been more of a middle chapter. This has left fans wondering what the point was. Now, the obvious and maybe even correct answer for what Phase 4 was about is grief or loss. But today, we're going to look at it with a different approach. For me, what Phase 4 was about was getting back to the basics that heroes save people. So starting off with the movies for now, Phase 4 kicks off with Black Widow. Following the events of Captain America: Civil War, Natasha Romanoff finds herself on the run and wrapped up in a worldwide conspiracy. Confronted by her past, Natasha works with her childhood spy family to stop the human trafficking happening due to the Black Widow program. Natasha makes it her mission to free these women and girls from the mind control that the Red Room places on them. She even saves one of the film's main antagonists, Taskmaster, after learning she too is just another puppet in the Red Room's scheme. While the film itself is a little out of place chronologically, it was nice to see Scarlett Johansson in one last heroic outing. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings follows martial arts master Shang-Chi as he confronts his past in order to save his family. Shang-Chi is the son of the leader of the Ten Rings organization, Wenwu, aka the Mandarin. Haunted by the loss of his wife, Wenwu sets out to bring her back by freeing her from what he believes to be a prison. He believes bringing her back will make him a hero, reuniting him with his family. Of course, this is a trap by the mystical dweller in darkness, hoping Wenwu will free him. Multiple times, Shang-Chi tries to save his family and friends by attempting to talk his father down, but it doesn't work. In the film's climax, however, Wenwu gives his life to save his son, giving him the means to save his friends and sister. This story overall is the sad tale of a family caught in a cycle of trauma and regret as they try to save the world and their family. One of the most controversial films from Phase 4, Eternals, follows a group of immortal beings with superhuman powers who have secretly lived among us for thousands of years, who reunite to stop a new threat to Earth. After learning that the planet is secretly an egg for an ancient celestial, the group works together to stop the upcoming emergence. That's right, folks. The Eternals entry in this list is the entire planet of Earth. I don't care what you say, it counts as saving lives. 8 billion of them, in fact. But truly at the heart of it, the Eternals are motivated to save the Earth due to the relationships they have made over the years. Most people's second favorite of the Phase 4 bunch, Spider-Man: No Way Home follows Peter Parker as he deals with the ramifications of his identity being revealed at the end of Far From Home. In order to protect his friends and family, Peter reaches out to Doctor Strange in the hopes that magic is the solution. Of course, this tears a hole in the universe, and villains from the past Spider-Man film franchises spill into the MCU. Originally, Peter intends to just send these villains back to their respective dimensions in order to protect his home. However, Aunt May proposes that Peter, as a hero, should try to help these people before sending them home. After Aunt May gives her life to save him, Peter wavers on this mission, before being put on the right path by Peter 2 and Peter 3. Together, the three Spider-Men set out to
cure some mess
and send the villains home. Many would argue that it isn't until this decision to save everyone that the MCU Peter Parker has truly been the hero, Spider-Man. Directed by Sam Raimi, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness finds Doctor Strange protecting a young girl named America Chavez from the Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff. In a rushed version of her arc from WandaVision, Wanda plans to harvest Chavez's ability to jump across the multiverse in order to live her perfect sitcom life with her kids. Unfortunately, taking her abilities will kill Chavez. This is where Doctor Strange must step in as the hero, constantly putting himself between Wanda and the young girl. While it may be a bit clunky, this may actually be my favorite portrayal of Steven that we've seen so far in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While of course he took part in massive world-ending fights, this is the first time we've seen him fighting to save one specific person. Thor 4, more Thor, I mean Thor Love and Thunder, follows the titular god of thunder as he struggles with inner peace, the extinction of the gods, and the return of his ex-girlfriend Jane Foster as the mighty Thor. In a classic hostage plotline, Gore the God Butcher takes all of New Asgard's children in order to lure Thor after him. Being the heroes that they are, Thor and Jane set out to stop Gore and rescue the children. Ultimately, Jane gives her life to save Thor, the children, and the other pantheons from Gore, and is rewarded for it with a hero's death and a trip to Valhalla. It can all get lost in the bad jokes, mixed narratives, and overall messiness of the film, but ultimately Thor and Jane do accept their roles as Asgard's heroes. The final film in Phase 4, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, can be a tough one to talk about. With the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, the narrative shifts focus on Shuri and her journey to become Wakanda's new protector. And how does she do this? You guessed it, by protecting a young girl named Riri Williams from Namor and his people. While determined to keep Riri safe, Shuri tries to broker peace between Wakanda and Talokan. She refuses the title of Black Panther until Namor invades, kills her mother, and threatens the people of Wakanda. At this point, she has no choice. After taking on the mantle, Shuri acts out of vengeance, planning to kill Namor. Not very heroic, obviously. It isn't until her mother reminds her to show him who you really are that she spares him, knowing killing him would only further both nations' suffering. I really like Shuri's emotional struggle of whether she really wants to be Wakanda's hero or not, but she ultimately decides to do so by the end of the film. As you've probably noticed, I haven't mentioned any of the Disney Plus shows yet. Well, that's because they don't all work with this idea about heroes and saving lives. That being said, there are 2 shows that we can include on this list. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier follows Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes as they deal with the ramification of Steve Rogers' retirement at the end of Avengers Endgame. Both show massive amounts of heroism as they continue to try to talk down the leader of the Flag Smashers, a young girl named Carly. Sam tries everything in his power to avoid fighting her, and even puts himself between her and the new Captain America. Sam further proves his heroism when compared to the new Cap, John Walker. While Wilson does what he does to keep people safe, Walker does it for fame. By the end of the series, Sam takes on the mantle of Captain America and spends the entire finale rescuing people from Carly's final attack, while also still trying to talk her down. While they've both appeared in the MCU before, this series gives Sam and Bucky their time in the spotlight to shine as heroes. Hawkeye follows the titular Clint Barton as he trains and protects the new young hero Kate Bishop. Haunted by his past as Ronin during the blip, Barton goes out of his way to ensure Kate and his family are safe from the tracksuit mafia. Kate also puts herself between danger and her family. She also makes multiple attempts to protect Clint from Yelena Belova's revenge. While Kate might arguably have the largest body count in Phase 4, it's nice to see Barton have one last heroic go before his potential retirement. Editing counter here, realizing that I made a mistake and forgot one Disney Plus show that fits into this idea. Ms. Marvel introduces young Kamala Khan as she balances teenage life and superpowers. Throughout the series, Kamala uses her powers to protect her friends and community from supernatural forces and the US government. She takes extra steps when possible to reduce collateral damage. The entire finale of the series is spent with Kamala protecting a classmate from damage control. Her father even tells her in the finale that,
"But you saved people, Kamala. You saved lives. And if you saved one life, well, you saved the world."
While it may not have been the most well-received show, it fits perfectly for what we're looking for here. And that's it. Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has come to a close. While many question its purpose and claim it was a waste of time, I see it as a middle chapter in the MCU, allowing new and returning heroes to shine at what they do best, saving people. With the arrival of Kang and Secret Wars looming over the horizon, can't we just enjoy this more low-stakes phase of the MCU before jumping into the next universe-ending event? Thank you all so much for taking the time to listen to my take on Phase 4 of the MCU. Let me know what you thought of Phase 4 in the comments below. If you liked what you saw here and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you in the next one.